Good evening and welcome to the day one of the 24 Drunken Days of December. We're going to look at something that I gave someone shit 10 years ago because they put something into an advent calendar that I thought shouldn't be there. 10 years later, I'm doing this for my very first day. Does that make me a little bit of a hypocrite? Or does that make me someone that has grown a palate and actually has a little bit more of an appreciation? Or do I just want to empty out my fridge? You know what? It's a little bit of column A, column B, and column C. So, that being said, if you haven't watched my 24 Drunken Days from 10 years ago, the very first beer that I had that time in 2015 was a pumpkin beer. And it was from Anderson Valley, if I remember correctly. And I kind of felt like it was more of a Halloween kind of fall pumpkin sort of, pumpkin beers, fall, Halloween, that kind of stuff. Not quite taking into consideration that basically down in the States, the Thanksgiving down there is usually the last Thursday or the second last Thursday of November, meaning they still have pumpkin pie, they still have all this other stuff. And having it come from Anderson Valley down the States was actually logical. This might not be as logical, but you know what? We're going to look at the Grizzly Paws Brewing Company out of Canmore, Alberta, not out of the States, Jack-O-Lantern Pumpkin Ale, coming at 5.5% alcohol by volume. Now, probably half of you are going, what the hell? I don't blame you. They just had Thanksgiving no more than 3 days ago. So, this is kind of leftover pumpkin pie from Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving, in a sense. You know what? I'm gonna stop being logical about it, and we're just gonna have a look and see what it is, see how it is. Not even gonna tell you what date this was canned on because it doesn't even have it. It does have water, barley, pumpkin, hops, yeast, spices. May contain wheat. Our annual pumpkin ale rises from the shadows to summon the spirit of fall, brewed with pumpkin and a whisper of savory spices. Let this eerie elixir cast a spell with every sip. The Grizzly Paw Brewing Company is out of Canmore, yada yada yada. If you've never seen my show, you don't know that I know about Canmore, and you should know about Canmore too. So, a little bit of a hypocrite on this, but at the same point in time, let's get into it. What we have here is a very hazy beer. It's maintaining its head. It's got one finger worth of head on there. It does have some floaties in there, so there is some sediment in there of the yeast. Again, it's a couple months old, but leftovers, right? Leftover Thanksgiving pie, leftover pumpkin pie, leftover Thanksgiving dinner for the people down the States. So this is me honoring the States. Yeah, okay, forget it. The smell? Good smell of pumpkin spice. Fuck. Yeah, good smell of pumpkin spice. We do have that good smell. If you know as well, if you've never seen the show before, I am not a fan of pumpkin. All right, let's get into this. Cheers, everybody. So, yeah. The adjuncts in this has actually fallen off. The smell's a lot stronger than the taste. The taste has sort of like an orange peel kind of flavor to it. Not getting really any spices, not really getting any pumpkin off there, not getting really much of anything. So the adjuncts have kind of just sort of gone. They're gone. It's like having a slight orange peel zest in there. No pumpkin, no nothing else. So, we're off to a bad start. Oh boy, that doesn't have the flavor that I would thought would be in a pumpkin ale. In fact, it has no flavor of a pumpkin ale whatsoever. The smell came off a little bit more. Unfortunately, that's a little too old. So, my score for this. I can score it high because I don't have pumpkin, and I don't like pumpkin. It's not there, so I mean, there's that. But I'm not going to do that. This is going to be a... Wow. I'm sorry, Grizzly Paw. I am really sorry. This should have been Drunken probably a couple of months ago. Because this is a 4. 3.5. Everything's fallen off on it. And it shouldn't. I had another pumpkin beer not too long ago, and that had a lot more pumpkin flavor than this. Well, crap. And that's out of 10, by the way, not out of 5. So yeah, tell me, have you had this before? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I want to try this fresh next year. In fact, when it comes out, I will give this a review because this deserves probably a review to make sure I'm not getting the proper flavors off of it. So I want to make sure that I do get the proper flavors off of it. Yeah, okay. So we're off to that kind of start. Well, folks, till next time, I am Dan, aka the Western Canadian Reviewer, saying cheers, and we'll be back for day 2. Oh, pardon me. And 23 other days after that. Yeah, that's fallen off. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, till next time. Cheers. Stay frosty. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the night. And be warm out there because winter is coming soon. The winter solstice not until 21st, so technically it still falls. Technically this still was a fall. You know what? I'm just going to stop. Cheers.